Good morning, St. Francis. Good morning, people of God. It is Monday, the 5th day of May, 2025. It is Monday of the third week of the Easter season. It is the 16th day of the Easter season. As we move into this third week, not yet halfway through the Easter season at all, it's a beautiful day here in Carolinas, although it's going to be very hot and I'm already sweating because the humidity and the muckiness is all around, but it isn't too bad. Our Mary is still here from when we did, and there's a sun right in my eyes. Mary is still here when we did our May crowning last Thursday. So keep her out here for the month of May, again, to remember our Blessed Mother during this month. It is, some would say it is Cinco de Mayo, and it is the 5th of May. But in Mexico, again, it means nothing. So it's always important to know. It is National Chipotle Day, though. So if you want to go to Chipotle and get something to eat there, you can do that. But again, this is not a day that means anything within Mexico itself, although it celebrates a great battle that happened in Mexico, but it was not a happy battle. But it is what it is. So but just stick with the Monday of the third week of Easter. And again, as we continue to move through the Easter season, again, Acts of the Apostles takes us today to the story of Stephen, who will become the first martyr, the first one to give witness by his death to Christ, who is crucified and risen, and again, what that means again for Judaism, for anybody who dares to believe, and so there is the sense in which he is brought to trial because of his words and his preaching. We don't know the origin, other than that of Stephen, and again how he comes into playing a role within the church, but he does eventually, and so because of his words and because of what he says, the Sanhedrin and the authorities again call him to debate, but they are unable to overcome his wisdom, and it says, and that he speaks with such eloquence that people are not able to put down what he is saying about who Jesus is and what does it mean to be a part of the life that Christ offers now to people. And so they begin to get people to create lies, which is what usually happens then. It's like because you can't get your way through debate and by logical reasoning and things like that. You're just going to make up lies to destroy him. And so he's blaspheming God, and he's saying terrible things about Moses and the prophets and all kinds of things like that. And then again, making Jesus again into something that they don't want Jesus to be, and which again, Jesus is who Jesus is now. And so it's this sense in which can they defeat him, by these lies, and so this trial continues. And the thing about it is that Stephen seems to be serene, through it all, because again, of his trust in God, his trust in Christ, his trust basically in the words that the Spirit has given to him to be able to proclaim, is that these words are right and they are correct, and even humanity's fear of them being true and trying to undo them that way will not stand in the way, again, of this word being proclaimed, of this newness that has changed the shape, and the face of the earth. Again, it's something always for us to realize that we don't hear this story as just a nice little moment, within the celebration of this Easter season, if we are still even doing that, about somebody who died, centuries ago, millennia ago. It is about something, again, that is supposed to continue to change and transform us. It's supposed to continue to tell us that things are different because Christ has been raised. And so many times, because we fail to understand that, we fail to live this, it just doesn't go anywhere. It just leaves us kind of still in dead center. And this is where we come to in John's Gospel today, in which after the feeding of the 5,000, again, Jesus goes off to pray, with the apostles, and the people, are looking for him and they want to find him. Again, this is all from John 6, the Bread of Life discourse section in the chapter 6 in John's Gospel, and they're looking for him. And Jesus says, "You're looking for me, not because you want my words, you want my wisdom or what I'm saying, because you saw a miracle happen, and you want more special effects, and you eat your fill, and you want something more, and you want something else." And again, it is just also surface, and it doesn't mean anything. And this is, again, it's a question for us in this Easter season. If Lent was about asking ourselves why it is that we continue to believe, do we truly, believe after this Lenten season, after pondering that question, or are we still just on the surface, afraid to go deeper, afraid to move deeper, into what it is that God can reveal to us, and that God can show us about our lives? Do we still want to live by laws and rules that we have created as human beings, to keep order within a church, because we think that is what allows, the faith to prosper? And again, it's not order that allows us to prosper; it is love. Again, Peter's confession 3 times that he loves Jesus is what undoes undoes, his denials, is what undoes his weakness of heart. Love, not order. Love, not penance. Love, not feeling as though we never ever measure up. And this is where Jesus is asking these people, do you truly believe, that in the Son of Man, the one that God sends, or do you just want the special effects? Do you just want the surface? Because just living on the surface will get us nowhere. Just living on the surface would be nice, in one way, but it will get boring and it will get stale. To move deeper into what it is that God opens up for us and God reveals to us in this Easter season is the big challenge now that lies continually before us. So blessed continued Easter season, St. Francis and people of God. May the Lord give you his peace.